and had been on a consistent downhill for up to 3 years before he even left office. And literally that year that Trump took over, Trump tried to say that the unemployment rate was because of him, but baby, you ain't even been in office.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like, how can someone do so much for the black community? You claim you did so much for the black community, and you claim he did so much for Obama. You know what people issues are? People had this thing that Obama was this hero. Like, he was this person that's supposed to come in and save the black community. No, and that's not it.
Not just that. When you look at politics in whole, yes, he's the president, but he had a majority Republican House.
Exactly. So and they blocked him at every chance.
It got blocked. Not only that, let's not fail to mention that in Obama's drop something else. In Obama's last 3 years as president, he actually had the highest employment rate.
Right, yeah. And the lowest unemployment.
And his employment rate was higher than Trump right now in Trump's first 4 years. So in his last 3 years, he did make major improvements. Not to also fail to mention that right now our unemployment rate has skyrocketed, especially in Black and Hispanic communities.
Well, yeah, because of COVID.
We talked about that last week.
We just talked about that, you know.
Yeah, and it's just because the mishandling of Trump.
Right.
Like, he just did not take this
He blames everybody else for his issues.
And even all the deaths that we received from COVID, from him downplaying it from December to February, to it literally coming upon us full throttle, and us basically still sitting here, still borderline quarantine.
Yeah.
Still gotta wear a mask. Mm-hmm. It's bullshit. Your
I think
kids can't go to school. I haven't been to work since March. Been inside the building, for that matter. I've been working remote. What? So
she's not unemployed.
Oh, she was scamming, child.
She's not unemployed.
No, but I really think that the thing that pissed me off the most was that how when Trump did catch COVID, how he basically downplayed it once he survived it. Oh, as if people, he was like, oh, it's not that bad. As if people had received the same type of treatment he got.
As if people haven't lost loved ones.
Exactly. 200,000 plus.
Not only that, the fact that he claimed last night at the debate that he was cured from COVID.
Child. Well, but no results have been produced, by the way, allegedly. So, I mean,
I'm good on that vaccine, though.
Honestly, it's fuck Trump and his whole administration.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of
50 Cent.
Yeah, speaking of fuck, we forgot to add 50 Cent into that.
Biden gonna turn him into 25 cents, so that's why he voted for Trump.
Child, but this is the same man that filed for bankruptcy. I mean, listen, I'm not faulting for that because I've been through it, but it's like, what?
Who wished that his oldest biological son
got hit by a bus. Just like him.
That he don't claim.
Can you not?
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
I can't fathom that. Like, somebody literally coming from your balls and looking like the exact replica of you.
That's how we look at it.
And you not like
we just from your balls.
Like you disowning them. I don't understand. Yeah. He was literally swimming in your nuts at one point.
Baby, I don't think nobody thinks of it that way.
It's just.
It's intimate.
Honestly, it's always been fuck 50 Cent for me. Shout out to Power though. I do love that show.
Who?
All right,
still,
Power.
It's,
yeah. But I mean, he better be glad it's over because see, he waited till Power was over to come out and support Trump because he knew as soon as he did that, the rating was going to tank.
We got a lot of spinoffs. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, you got to spin off now. Sis, I haven't watched it, so you got to worry about me with that.
But it was some gay shit in there. You gonna watch it now?
I probably am. Because we love the gay shit, honey. Because that's what we do. Is that a problem?
It really be. I can't stand.
What? What's wrong with the gay shit?
But why you can't watch it when it's a straight shit?
Because y'all boring. Don't want to see no coochie and no meat. And people want to see meat on meat action, sword on sword, night on night.
Ooh.
And Twitter me. Thank you. Shout out to Twitter for the porn.
Anyways.
But speaking of fuck person, what's the guy's name that basically that killed George Floyd? Derek Chauvin.
Derek, who gives a fuck?
Right.
Yeah. So the judge dropped the
third degree murder
charge, but the second degree.
The second degree murder, yeah.
So I mean, justice is still out there. And then he kept the charges also for the other officers. So really, it's kind of still a win because second degree is a lot harsher than third degree. So
right.
We'll definitely still be tuned into that.
But I do got one thing that we forgot to bring up. Bitch. What? Can we talk about Tyler Perry?
Ooh. Is he a zaddy? Like, I can't. It was a beard for me. I think it was a beard.
What did Tamara say? Not parody platypus parody.
Child, Mabel.
I'm screaming. Mabel. I am hollering.
Now, you know what?
It's the look like money for me.
Oh, baby, because he got it.
He looked like
billionaire Tyler Perry.
It's the beard.
It looks good on him.
The beard bill?
Baby, Tyler done hit $1 billion, and he said he been let this meat slime. And I ain't mad at him.
What Jay-Z said, you ain't never seen an ugly billionaire?
At the fuck all, bitch.
That's what the caption should have been.
But one thing, no, I am ready for him to come out.
Tyler Perry? I don't think he is.
Girl, please. Man,
I know he said he was molested as a kid, but I don't think he's.
So y'all saying women look right on him? Because they don't.
Just because aesthetically they don't look right.
But you agree with my statement. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm saying he does have a son, and I'm not saying
that.
I'm not saying that men with kids don't. I'm not saying
right, because we know
if men have kids that keeps them from being gay, but I don't. He has real feminine aspects to him, but I don't get gay on him.
Nah, I do.
I don't get gay.
I get bisexual. But wait a minute.
I get played with it, but don't really like it.
But y'all forget about that man. You remember a few years ago that man that broke into Tyler Perry Studios and claimed that him and Tyler had a relationship, and Tyler called the police on him, but he knew the guy and they had been seen like hanging together before. But Tyler Perry said that he didn't know him. Look it up. He broke into Tyler Perry Studios and like was looking for Tyler, and the man's claimed that him and Tyler had a whole relationship together. All of that. But I like how that just kind of came up and then just kind of whooped away. But by the way, the man was real fine. So if you listen to me, baby, listen. Auntie Drake is single.
Tyler, if you don't want nobody, if you're looking for somebody that
right,
keep in your closet, go ahead, add him in the Tesla. His DM is always open like his legs.
Oh wow!
Okay, moving on.
Okay, well that's the end of the show, guys. Thank you for coming to Relevant Fucking Content, the podcast.
Moving on.
Because wow, you're so disrespectful.
Let's get into Tamar. So as y'all know, Tamar was hospitalized a few weeks ago. She tried to commit suicide, basically with an overdose.
That's a few months ago.
And a few weeks, few months.
That's big differences. But go ahead.
As I said. Anyways, sis tried to commit suicide. Said she was going through some things, especially with WeTV, the network that her shows are on.
Yeah.
And she was kind of in that like controlling, allegedly abusive relationship. So anyways, the Braxton Family Values released their trailer, and basically what it portrayed was all of them getting the news about Tamar's overdose. Tamar claims that they reenacted and recorded it for the show. So sis went ahead and unfollowed the mama,
as she should have,
Tony, Michelle, the living legend, Braxton, and the other three musketeers, Tawanda,
I can't stand
Tawanda, Trina, and Tracy.
Well, so she came out and she said she hasn't recorded for We since 2017, so she's confused as to why, she's the hot topic, despite everything that has happened. But for me, I feel like Tony, you could tell that she was, frazzled with the information. So I don't feel like that portion was staged. She came out with a tweet saying WeTV was disgusting for even releasing that footage.
But y'all did it though.
No, she was in the studio. She got the call that
I got you.
She left.
So hers wasn't.
She was frantic. It sounded like really
it was real.
And genuine.
Yeah, but everybody else was fake.
Yeah, but
I think Tamar's issue is that them even speaking on it on the Braxton Family Values. I think she feels like when the producers probably tried to interview her family about it, they should have just shut it down. And that her family, they
she feel betrayed like they didn't have her back. Yeah.
So sis unfollowed Evelyn, Trina, Tawanda, Tracy, and Tony. But she's supposed to be on the Tamron Hall show on October 28th, giving her own personal
watch the
interview.
Show.
I ain't never been on.
It's kind of like your mom's like a black Ricky Lake. Like it's just, but people watch Ricky Lake.
People did watch Ricky.
Who's like a black
Tamron Hall. So like people actually go on there, and I be like, I just heard about this lady like last year. No shade, sis. Do your thing, but she unknown to me.
It's clear that Tamar has been dealing with some kind of mental issues.
Yeah, very much so.
Now. So I think it's more difficult when you're in the public eye and you're dealing with things. So
I just want to know, like, how did she allow them to basically drive her to that point? Like, you know, like,
sometimes it's like something that you don't have control over.
Sometimes it's gradual. Like, it's the same thing. Like, if you have relationships where you feel like people, you know, they keep pulling from you. You feel
obligated.
You give a little here.
Yeah.
By the time you done gave all these littles away, you have nothing left.
You have nothing left.
You know,
that's true.
One day you wake up and you just like basically you drain. You don't have yourself. You don't have your identity anymore. And that's like maybe the only way that you see out.
Yeah.
But I say that to say that it is not the only way out. There are so many resources out there that we can use, and just even being able to talk to somebody and being able to vent, I think is very imperative when you're dealing with mental health issues. But suicide is not the way out.
It's not.
It's not, you know.
And I think like in the black community, we're so afraid of therapy. Let me tell you, therapy is the best thing you can ever do.
Yeah, we are.
It's always pray. And I'm not saying don't pray, but
that's not a remedy.
You can't just fall on
It's
praying.
not. It's
not gonna fix the issue. It's really not.
And let me tell you, I just kind of like in relevance to that. Growing up, I had a bishop that I was under. Very nice guy, very good guy. But growing up, I remember he used to always say that I never been to the hospital, and I would always take Tylenol, you know, or I never take Tylenol or something. You know, I've never taken Tylenol a day in my life. Like, he would boast on that. And, you know, growing up, but, you know, it's kind of like, growing up, you kind of like, wow, you know. But as I got older, I was thinking about that, and I was like, sir, you're proud of that? Like, you're proud of not having access to health care, just depending on God for everything that you have in your body? Like, sir, you're ignoring signs of possible things. A headache could be just a headache, but a headache could also mean your blood pressure. Like, like, sir, like, that's crazy.
Could be a blood clot.
Like, yeah, like, you could have dropped dead. Only by God's grace you still here, but still, like, that's not cute.
Yeah, no.
That's not cute.
He definitely got
There's so many misconceptions about it, and definitely in the black community, I think it's really taboo for you to want to seek therapy. It's like if you tell your parents you're depressed, they're gonna be like, you better depress them dishes, like you better depress that room. Like, it's just not taken seriously.
Yeah, it's not
and
cute,
even it's really prevalent in the black community, but in the Caribbean community, I feel like y'all wouldn't even understand that shit does not exist. I mean, it does to a point, but it's denied, like,
definitely,
extremely.
But I think that kind of goes back into, maybe we could talk about this later, because that is a deeper topic about how our parents were forced to basically believe that, you know, they didn't receive that type of therapy or that type of compassion. So of course, you know, they don't know how to handle that, because they didn't receive that from their parents, and their parents didn't receive that from their parents, and it's just kind of a generational thing.
And I know y'all out there probably gonna get tired of me, but it's just I cannot be more grateful for the set of parents that I have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because
your mom's still adopted.
Because anytime we would express issues of that nature, like, it was nothing to find us like a therapist and things like that, to go kind of seek counseling or help, you know, somebody outside of, you know, your circle to actually talk to, vent to, and kind of give you, you know, direction and help you out that way. Especially like growing up sometimes too, it's just like, especially when you're a black kid, it's just kind of hard. You don't really know what it is. It's like, you 1 minute you happy and the next minute you're just
sad.
Like, what the fuck is like?
Yeah.
And then when you have people,
it took me into my adult life to kind of just know the symptoms. I know we could just talk about the generics like PMS. I know I'm gonna get a little depressed, you know, before my period comes. But outside of that, basically what I deal with, you know, I get the physical attributes. It's going to be like a different taste in my mouth, like a different taste in my saliva, frequent migraines, lethargicness, just like you can't get out of the bed type shit. You having worthlessness thoughts, kind of.
Yeah.
So those physical attributes that come with that are like really apparent. So it's something that you can't deny. And as an adolescent or as a teenager, I did struggle with teenage depression, but as an